Why does your teen reject career advice, even when your advice is actually right? You send one useful video, they don't open it. You ask one practical question, they get irritated. You say, Beta, I'm only trying to help. And somehow they hear it as, you don't just trust me. And you are left thinking, why is my child pulling away when I'm only worried about their future? This is where many parents feel hurt because the intention is love, but the child's brain receives it as pressure. So today, let us stop asking, why is my child being difficult? And start asking, what is my child's brain hearing in this moment? Once we understand that hidden gap, we can guide without pushing them away. And by the end of this episode, I'll give you a simple 5-step method you can use before your next career conversation with your child. Namaste, I'm Preeti Durga. I see this in so many career clarity conversations with families. Parents say, Preeti, we are not forcing, we are only guiding. Children say, ma'am, every conversation at home feels like pressure. Both are telling the truth. The parent is speaking from concern. The child is listening through fear, identity, and independence. So today, we are not blaming parents. We are not saying children should be left alone. And we are definitely not using reverse psychology to control your child. We are just reversing the emotional direction of the conversation, from pressure to ownership, from instruction to exploration, from listen to me to let us think through together. Because during the teenage years, guidance has to be given in a way the child's brain can actually receive. To make this real, let me take you into a very ordinary home scene, the kind that happens in many families but nobody talks about deeply. Let me introduce you to Pratyang and his mother Sugori. Pratyang is in grade 11. He is bright, curious, and capable. But like many teenagers, his interests keep shifting. 1 month psychology, then design, then business and entrepreneurship. Sugori is not against these options, but instead, she's worried, how will he decide? What if he missed timelines? What if he chooses without understanding the market reality? What if he regrets it later? So she starts helping. She sends college links, she forwards career videos and asks relatives for suggestions. She says, Beta, just see this once. This college has good placements. You should also keep one safe option. From Sugori's heart, every sentence means, I care about you. But in Pratyang's mind, every message starts sounding like, you are not serious, you don't know enough, you cannot decide properly. One evening, in fact, Sugori asked, did you see the video I sent? Pratyang's face changes. He says, Amma, you have already decided that I'm confused, so why are you asking me? Sugori just becomes quiet. She was trying to protect him, but Pratyang was not experiencing protection. He was experiencing pressure. This may look like one dinner table disagreement, but actually it is much deeper than that. Why should we understand this? Because if this pattern continues, your child may not become clearer, he may only become more guarded. They may stop sharing early thoughts because every thought becomes a discussion. They may stop mentioning new interests because every interest becomes a judgment. They may say, I don't know, not because they are careless, but because saying more feels like unsafe. Sometimes they may even agree just to end the conversation. Fine, I'll do engineering. Fine, I'll write the exam. Fine, I'll apply there. Right? But inside, there is no ownership. And career clarity without ownership is fragile. Later, when the course becomes difficult, when motivation drops, when comparison starts, the child may say, I never wanted this. You told me to do it. सोच के देखिए, if home does not feel safe for confusion, the child will hide confusion, and hidden confusion slowly becomes rushed decisions, borrowed choices, or silent resentment. So before we ask which career should my child choose, we first have to ask, is my child feeling safe enough to think openly with me? That is why, for this episode, we have created the Guide Without Push conversation sheet. It is not a lecture script, it is not a trick, it is not a way to control your teens indirectly. It is a simple tool to help you enter career conversations without triggering resistance. Use it before the conversation, not after the argument has already started. Before your next serious discussion, you can ask, am I entering with pressure or with partnership? Inside, you will find opening lines, calming lines, ownership building questions, phrases to avoid, and reflection prompts. It is built around a simple method. Pause before entering, ask permission before advising, create curiosity instead of demanding answers, move to advice instead of opinions, return ownership before ending. But before we use the method, let us understand why the resistance is happening in the first place in your children. Teenage years are not just study years, they are identity building years. Your child is not only asking which career should I choose, they are also asking, who am I? Can I think for myself? Will my parents accept my answers if it is different? Will I still be trusted if I'm confused? So when career guidance comes with too much urgency, the brain can feel controlled. And when the brain feels controlled, it protects before it reflects. This is very important. Your child may not first think, is Amma right? They may first think, do I still have a choice? That is why think practically can feel like love from the parent's side, but criticism from the child's side. One sentence, two nervous systems hearing it differently. Imagine Pratyang learning to ride a scooter. Sugori is sitting behind him. Naturally, she is worried. Every few seconds, she says, slow down, brake, careful. Her intention is safety. But if she corrects every small movement, Pratyang may feel she doesn't trust me. Career conversations are similar. If we emotionally hold the handle too tightly, the child does not learn balance, they start fighting for control. So the goal is not to remove guidance, the goal is to guide in a way that still allows the child to steer. So, what can we do differently at home? The first step is pause before entering. Earlier, Sugori would ask immediately, Beta, what have you decided? But one day she notices Pratyang has just come back home tired from school. His bag is still on the chair, he has not even eaten properly. So she says, looks like today was a long day. We don't have to talk about anything serious now. Many career conversations fail not because the question is wrong, but because the timing is wrong. So ask yourself, is my child emotionally available right now? The second step is ask permission before advising. For example, if Sugori says, Pratyang, I had one thought about the design course you mentioned. Do you want to hear it now or should we talk later? Some parents may think, but Preeti, if I ask permission, won't I lose authority? No, you're not losing authority, you're lowering resistance. You are telling the child, I respect your mental space. And when the child feels they have a choice, their brain does not need to defend so quickly. Third step is to create curiosity instead of demanding answers. Instead of, what have you decided? Ask, what are you curious about these days? Instead of, why are you changing your mind again? Ask, what changed after you explored psychology? Instead of, do you even know the scope of design? Ask, what should we find out before judging this option? The first set of questions feels like an exam. Notice the second set feels like exploration. And exploration is where real career clarity starts beginning. The fourth step is move to evidence instead of opinions. Imagine if Pratyang says UX design looks interesting. Sugori's fear may keep saying, is that stable? Is there, any income security? What will people say? But instead, if she said, okay, let us collect evidence for 1 week. What does a UX designer actually do every day? What skills are needed? Is it creative, research-based, or technical? What are the risks and growth paths? Now, it is no longer mother versus son. It becomes both of them versus confusion. Evidence calms both sides. The parent stops imagining only the worst case scenario. The child stops feeling personally attacked. And the career options can be understood properly before it is accepted or rejected. The fifth step is return ownership before ending. Sugori says, Beta, I am not here to decide for you. I am here to help you understand yourself better. Or, I may ask questions because I care, but the final direction has to make sense to you. Your child may not open up completely on day one. Please do not expect one conversation to change everything. But slowly, they stop feeling they have to defend themselves. They start feeling, maybe I can think with my parents, not against my parents. That is where trust begins again. When parents use these small shifts consistently, the change is not dramatic on day one. It is quiet. But slowly, the emotional climate at home begins to change. Imagine Pratyang and Sugori a few weeks later. There are still doubts. Sugori still worries sometimes. Pratyang still gets irritated sometimes. But the tone has definitely changed. Earlier, Sugori would ask, what have you decided? Now she asks, what did you discover? Earlier, Pratyang would say, I don't know, and escape. Now he says, I watched one video on UX design. It looks interesting, but I don't know if I like the research part of it. Earlier, Sugori would have jumped in with advice. Now she says, good, then let us understand that part a little better. That one response changes the room. The child does not feel judged. The parent does not feel excluded. The conversation becomes a shared discovery. That is the kind of home environment where real career clarity can grow. Not from pressure, not from silence, but from trust, evidence, and ownership. To help you begin with that one quiet change, download the guide without push conversation sheet linked below. Before your next serious career discussion, do not use it like a checklist. Use it like a pause button. Choose one opening line, ask one better question, avoid one pressure phase, then observe your child's response. And if your child is confused, resistant, or unable to explain their direction clearly, the family may need a more structured clarity process. That is what we do through our career success strategy system at Next Moves. We help families understand whether a child's clarity is real, borrowed, confused, or still forming, using strengths, personality, motivation, interest, real-world career fit, right, and expert guided reflections. Because at Next Moves, we are not only looking for quick answers, we are looking for validated clarity. If this way of understanding your child's brain helped you, subscribe to Career Crafting Conversations. Every episode is designed to help parents move from confusion and pressure to clarity, trust, and better career decisions. And in the comments, tell me one sentence you want to change in your next career conversation with your child. Share this episode with another parent who is still trying very hard to support their child but feels misunderstood. Remember, your child does not need you to stop guiding. They need to feel safe while being guided. The best guidance does not take away ownership, it gently builds it. I'm Preeti Durga, signing off from Career Crafting Conversations, where we don't just talk about careers, we create fulfilling futures.